Riding season in Las Vegas, Nevada has begun. Fall is here. Another great hill climb, another great start to a ride. Looking so much forward to this season. It is awesome here in Vegas right now. All right, here we are out in Nelson. I'm on my KTM 300XC. It's the end of October, beautiful fall day. Got 6 guys out on the ride, all really good riders. They let me jump forward, but they'll be here in a second and overtake me. These guys are badass, and this is a super cool trail out in Nelson. All right, guys, enjoy the ride. There's my buddy Curry. So cool to be out with the boys. This is such a cool shoot going up the hill. Everything today was just spectacular. You know when you get on your bike and it just feels right? I mean, I was exhausted. I hadn't been on the bike for a minute. I had arm pump. But after about 45 minutes of riding by mine shafts and being up on the top of ridge lines again and being out there with my buddies, I forgot all about the sore arms and the lungs that were pumping. I was just having a blast. Old terrain, you know, it's just stuff you've ridden before, you know it's super gnarly, and all you remember are the victories and the whole ride. And then you're out there and just boom, you're like, front tire hits a rock, deflects off, and you're like, wow, we're back. We're back in action. This is Nelson, Nevada, which is no joke. This basically is a mine trail right here, and that's what we ride. Man, that's Josh right there. That dude just rips. But all of these trails, everything is based around just a giant old gold mining community. And the trails just kind of interconnect. And over the years, the guys have been, bringing in the dirt bikes and laying in the single track. And I've got to say, this is just some of the best single track around. When you get really deep into Nelson and you find it, it's a special treat. There's nowhere else I've ever seen like this, because the whole place is basically like Swiss cheese with gold mines. Most of them are marked off. You do have to watch out for sure, but to ride through a cholla forest like this, go around that way, and then we'll meet back there at the entrance to Hell's Gate. I remember the first time my buddy Darren brought me out here to ride, I thought, this guy's insane. And over the last 15 years, I just keep riding this terrain, and just so many friends. We've gone on rides out here, and now I love it. I mean, I used to think, man, are these guys trying to kill me, or what's the deal? But that's Hell's Gate right there. That's what I call it anyway. That's Ryan ripping it up. And then here I go. You can see this is no joke. This is definitely a very stout ride. I wouldn't say this is for a beginner by any means, but if you like to ride, you really like to ride challenging terrain, it's just so cool. I mean, the hill climbs and the descents, it's rocky, it's gnarly, it's a lot of fun for sure. Uh-oh.
Stanley Kings are everywhere.
There we go.
Probably too soft, maybe.
I don't know if you could see that there too. That was the Colorado River down below and Lake Mojave. So you're really up on top of the mountains, and it's just straight down to the Colorado. This is all kind of a mix of lava, and it's just this crazy rock. And again, it's just chock full of gold mines everywhere. So a lot of the trails that we're on, they are old miner trails. They would drag donkeys and carts through here. You see so many tailings from the mines, and it's just awesome. You can really understand how harsh the conditions were for the guys back in the day. And here I am riding a 2024 KTM 300XC, having the time of my life. So I feel bad for those guys. That was the Colorado River right there. And then we've discovered these chutes that go down and little shortcuts, and I know too, this they used to use this right here. That's an old mining road, believe it or not. Even with the waterfalls, the whole deal. But I mean, just the terrain is challenging. Only way I can put it is it's a mix between enduro and hard enduro. There's a lot of rock, there's a lot of sand, there's a lot of loose gravel, and then cactus all over the place. You got to make sure you don't get those hypodermic needles in your arms, because once you get into the Cholla Forest, it's nuts. And here, this is called Copper Crush for you Jeep guys. You may know this. I remember the first time coming up here, I thought, I watched guys turn around, they're like, I'm not doing that. But the first time I went up, we went up, not down. This is down right here, but there's mine shafts all over the place in this canyon. Just beautiful. And can you imagine guys bring Jeeps up this? I mean, it's not terrible for a dirt bike, but still, look at this. I mean, you know, these guys back in the day with the donkeys and carts, I couldn't imagine. They must have had a whole bottle of aspirin every day to get rid of the headaches. But yeah, we've cut through these trails over the years, and we crisscross through. And the guys who cut them in, buddy James, he does a lot of cutting, and he just puts in these awesome trails and doesn't think a thing of it. And then, you know, the guys follow him through, and man, look at the sky there. Isn't that gorgeous? But it's just up, down, round, and over the years, it's, you know, these trails have been passed down kind of from father to son, from friend to friend, and guys seem to come and go, as you know, on the dirt bikes. And this is one of those that you got to be in shape for it for sure. But perfect October afternoon. I mean, it was, oh man, just everything was perfect. It was a little hot, you know, kind of a late summer here in Las Vegas, and this ride too, this is only about 45 minutes out of town, so it's not that far from Las Vegas. I love it. I mean, just incredible. It's just to come out. There comes Josh again. God, they got rips. And, you know, to get out, I mean, you forget about stuff like that. Right there, it's like a little waterfall. You could just completely eat it there. But you got to remember to slide off to the right or just jump it. Just hammer it. And then here we go into the Cholla Forest. There's nothing like riding through a Cholla Forest, because if you go into the cactus, you are going to have a long, long time pulling all the needles out of your body, because it's no joke. All right, guys, so about 5-6 years ago, I started this channel. My buddy said, you're making all these movies about your dirt biking and you share them with like 2-3 people. Why don't you put them on YouTube and share them with the world? And I thought, I don't know. And amazingly enough, here we are all this time later and 13,100 subscribers. So I just wanted to say thank you very much. I really was skeptical if people wanted to watch a bunch of 40 and 50-year-old guys riding dirt bikes in the desert. If that's what they wanted to see, but apparently with the magic of YouTube, I've been able to connect with you guys, and it's awesome. And I know you guys are just as passionate about dirt biking as I am and as my buddies are. And it's just so cool that we're able to grow this community together. So, you know, you're here, you keep coming back. I see you look at my videos again and again. I really wanted to say thank you very much for supporting the channel. I get hardly anything for this. I think they give me like $20 a month or something like that on ad revenue. But, you know, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'd love to have you along for the ride. I mean, it's cool to see this community grow. I mean, hard enduro riding, Singletrack is definitely a unique community. And I remember when I was a kid, I used to think, man, I wish they had a dirt bike channel. I would have been happy just to watch Supercross or whatever. I wouldn't even have cared what it was. But now with the magic of technology and YouTube, we can watch Singletrack, and I watch all kinds of guys Singletrack on YouTube all the time. My wife thinks I'm crazy, but I love it. I love riding. I love watching it. You know, I love having you guys along for the ride, and whether you're riders or we're riders or want to be riders, whatever it is, it's just such a cool community that we have here. So anyway, again, this is Nelson, Nevada. It's just outside Las Vegas, just super cool. I love being able to go out basically my front door and ride. I mean, sometimes I actually do that, which is, I don't know, Las Vegas is such a cool place. All right, guys, well, that wraps it up. Appreciate having you along for the ride, and we'll see you out on the trail. Take it easy, guys.